so that she already starts dipping before she even gets to the first cone. Swinging and swaying. Speed's about 10 to 12 miles an hour. Turns her head and eyes. Doesn't get much easier than that. That first dip that she made is important to get the bike in the proper motion. This dip that we do here makes every low speed maneuver you ever perform much easier, because that's what the bike was designed to do. It doesn't want to turn straight up, it wants to lean when it turns. First time through is always ugly. We have a special course set up. It's much wider than normal. And that's because we have 3 or 4 riders here who need remedial help. So I adjust the course to fit the riders. As they get better, I can always narrow it down. It's just like I say in the Ride Like a Pro video. We give you some measurements. It's best, if you're having problems, just make it bigger. There's no rules here. We're not making Swiss watches. We're just riding motorcycles. And I got to tell these riders to put up their highway pegs. Looking ahead, looking ahead. Swing those bars. That Goldwing's got the automatic transmission, which makes everything much more difficult, because you got to find that sweet spot between not enough brake, too much brake, and not enough or too much throttle. They're starting to get the hang of it. She don't know what that means. She's out of the friction zone, right. Tell her.
This one here.
Looking here. Over here, look here. Look here. Stay in that friction zone. Turn your head all the way. Look at me. When the bike leaped ahead, you went out of the friction zone. This is by far the most difficult bike in the class. Look in here. You made it once. That was dumb luck. Got to do it again so it's not dumb luck. This rider's really getting the hang of it. She's got a very nimble bike, too. That Heritage turns on a dime. Now snap your head. Turn your head, turn your head. Okay, here is the demonstration for the huge, exceedingly wide offset cone weave. You could probably get up to 15 miles an hour with the cones this wide. The spaces between the green and the orange cone, we call it a gate because you're passing through. Trying this at 3 miles an hour is kind of tough because you can't lean the bike at 3 miles an hour. But as long as you're above 5, you could lean the motorcycle. You watching this, kids? And the Gold Wing, I know you can do this because this is more room than you actually have on your average winding road. So if you don't make it through the gates and into the next gate, you've run off the road on the tail of the Dragon, over the cliff, down it's like 300-foot drop. All you gotta do is turn your head and eyes. Let's go, move along, nothing to see, show's over. Here's their very first time through the offset cone weave. Let's see if they take my advice and use a little speed, because boy, you go too slow, you can't make it. Bike won't lean. She's doing okay. I mean, she's going slow, but she'll figure it out. Her and her husband are the two best riders we've got in the class. They're willing to get jiggy with it. In other words, use a little aggression. Get aggressive here in the parking lot, not out on the street. The more aggressive you are in the parking lot, the quicker you pick up these techniques. Now, even the good rider, he screwed up a little bit, had to put a foot down. But hell, if they were perfect, they wouldn't need me, right? Turns, turn your head. Didn't turn his head at all. Completely missed the gate. Turn your head. Turn your head. Turn your head. Don't just idle through. Use the clutch, throttle, and brake. Now let's see our Gold Wing rider. She is scared of that motorcycle. Get close to the green. Turn your head. Back this way. Back this way. You don't look this way, you won't come this way. I think these Gold Wings with the automatic transmission are good for a skilled rider, but if you have no skills to begin with and then you get one of those, it makes everything twice as hard. Much easier to control the motorcycle when you got a clutch, than rather than being at the mercy of the throttle. I know what you're thinking, kids. You're saying, Jerry, is this all you got? Can you challenge me a little bit? You're insulting my intelligence. So we're going to put a little wrinkle in it, but it's very helpful. What we're going to do is throw in a couple of circles in between these gates. I want at least 2 to the right and 2 to the left, any place you want. The trick to the circle is once you get in the gate, you want to turn your head and eyes and look back to the center of the gate. That'll bring you right back to, guess where? The center of the gate. Since there's no straight part to a circle, your head should not go straight at all when you're making the circle. If you're making a left circle, the head is as far as possible over your left shoulder. If you're making a right circle, your head is as far as possible over your right shoulder. Donna will demonstrate. I don't care where you do the circles, but I want 2, 1 to the left, 2 to the right. See how her head is turned all the way? She never turns her head straight because there's no straight part to this. Notice she doesn't need the whole parking lot, but we do have the whole parking lot if you need it. Keep get the speed up. You need some speed. Use that brake. Not bad, not bad at all. This young lady's got some serious potential to be an excellent rider. And it's not like we're on a time, you know, you got all the time in the world, folks, to be a great rider. Spend a couple hours a week in a parking lot, it pays dividends.